Okay, guys. Story time. Story time. This one goes way back. Okay. See, when I lived down there on the other side, or down off of River Road, down the road from me, there was another little boy named Scott. He had a he had a Honda 50. His dad and his mom had separated, and one Christmas he brought all three of his boys, a motorcycle. Scott was the youngest, so he got the smallest. It was a Honda 50. We made friends. Him and I were friends. I mean, wow. We were good friends. And I'll tell you what, those were some fun times with that little mini bike of his. Oh my gosh, but the mini bike wasn't all of it. Turns out him and I and even his older brother, we had a lot of freaking fun. Um, we had one night, just for giggles, we decided we were. No, never mind. I'm gonna pass on that one. Probably not a good story to tell. I'll stick with the treehouse thing because that's the lesson. The other one was not so good. Boys are bad. Boys were bad. I was bad. And, don't be bad, children. All right. Anyway, there was we had made a treehouse on his land because he had like 4 acres or something, and we had a lot of land there, so we had a little racetrack and everything over there at his house. And one of the things was we made a tree house. And his older brother actually did it or set up the basics of it, but they abandoned it. They got too old for it and what have you. So we commandeered it, and we added to it. Yeah, we made a roof on it, and we had some rock and roll. We were good to go. And so we get this thing all built. We work hard on it, get all this wood and put together, get it up there and get it put together. And we got our own little castle. And next thing you know, he says, we need to have some stuff up here. I got some stuff. He went back to the house, and his stepdad had Playboy magazines. So he got stuff Playboy magazines, and he had a little bottle of whiskey that he didn't even know he still had. Brought that up there too. And so I had to make my contribution. I stole a pack of cigarettes from my dad and got it up there. And we were going to be men. We were going to be men. Yeah. And we were getting ready to have our first celebration up there. It was just going to be, the guys hanging out in this treehouse. And we're sitting up there just having a glorious morning. It was just awesome. And next thing you know, head pops up through the door. It's my damn dad. He pops his head right up in our damn tree. He wasn't authorized to come in there, but he did. He popped his head. He didn't say a word. We didn't even know he was down there. And his head comes popping in that treehouse. He looks around. He was all ready to congratulate how hard we worked on this treehouse until he seen what we had inside there. OMG. That has been my life. Every time I get off my path, God has got me busted. Oh, because here my dad was coming up that treehouse to just see our awesome work and see how we did this, and he was just impressed that we were doing that. He wasn't so impressed coming down that tree. Oh, he says, we got work to do, boy. Get in the truck. And so we take off down the road and tell Scott, I'll see you later. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, we cruise on down the road, and my dad always had side projects, doing everything. He was kind of handyman in town himself, just helping people. And we had to go, and on our way driving there, He's telling me, he says, and he was trying really hard to keep a straight face. He was, because he was bad too. He knew exactly what was up. He thought it was funny as heck, but yeah, he didn't show it at first. He was mad and, what are you doing, boy? Get in the truck. Blah, 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 blah. But as we're driving down the road, he starts to think about himself and thinking about, okay, maybe I think I got no punishment right here, right now. and then and he did the most coolest thing I ever thought I'd ever see her from his house. He said, boy, I ain't gonna tell your mom about what we just saw back there. I don't think she can handle it. He says, don't ever do that shit again. I don't make you sit there and smoke a whole pack of cigarettes until you're blue in the gill. I was wondering where that damn cigarettes were going. Like I said, guys, you guys have no idea, man. Every time I went off my path, Father busted me. So, the lesson is, beware. Father gonna get you. Father gonna, because now that I've seen that program and I've seen how it worked for me, I think I'm gonna keep it up. I think even when I go on over to the other side, if I see you doing something like that, I'm gonna make sure Daddy pops his head up in that treehouse. Yeah, it really worked. It worked. It was a great idea, and a lot of giggles. All through your life, you get a giggle about that one. And that was the story of the treehouse. So, yeah, it didn't have its glory after that. It really didn't. I think we went up there 2, maybe 3 times more. It was a lot of climbing, a lot of work to get up there. And since we weren't going to have our Playboy penthouse deal, it just lost its glory. It was just a lot of work to get up there. So we moved on to some other things. So, yeah, it really did work, actually, if you think about it. So, anyway, just another story. Pass you on. God honest truth. He got me busted every freaking time I stepped off my path. And I'm going to do the same for you. Promise. Okay? It works. It really does work. All right? I'll catch you here in a few.